we're lucky, to be honest with you, because we closed our Series A funding just as this started. So we're able to ride it out, and there's a lot of significant movements in the market. It's a tough time. So people that are, well capitalized and able to pivot their business to meet the demands of a post-COVID world, are going to do okay. And so that's really where we're trying to focus right now. And our platform is built for it. As you can see through the webinar, the personalization and the role of monetization and commerce is being replaced by safety and messaging around COVID. And then we move back into what we core would do, which is drive ROI and new revenue for our clients. So we're ideally positioned. I mean, obviously we're not, nobody's signing a lot of new business right now, as you can imagine. But we are having a lot of significant discussions at the venue, team, and league level, and rolling out a suite of products and capabilities that are both our end-to-end solution as well as things that can sit behind other front ends. So it's scalable.
As you said, normally your app was created for fan engagement, creating revenues for the venue. You did the amazing job in Tottenham. And now the whole platform changed, as you said, into more, how to deal with the pandemic. Can you explain a little bit what changed on the platform?
Well, what changed is the first thing you got to do for a venue or a team is to make somebody feel comfortable coming back into the live event space. So the way that we are set up and how we can message that, from knowing that you have a ticket to an event, knowing that you have to get on transport or drive yourself, knowing that when you get to the venue, you're going to have a slotted time to get in, and knowing when you're in the venue, there's going to be things like contactless collection and everything else. That whole journey now needs to be something that the venue or team can communicate to the fan in a timely fashion. And we're really focused on making the fan feel comfortable that all those protocols and use cases for technology is going to make a safer experience. And so it's a lot of existing stuff that we currently do. It's just repurposing it with an eye of a COVID fan safety hub. And then we brought in a couple partners as well with Satisfy and Crowd Connected to kind of round out that offering.
But if let's split the whole topic into two main frames. One is the hygiene, the touchless aspect, and one is the social distancing. So what does your app do for the hygiene and the touchless point actions?
Primarily, it's focused on contactless collection. So the ability for somebody to place a food and beverage order, that order goes into the concessionaire. The concessionaire is monitoring the crowd flows, the lines in front of the actual stand. And then when it's okay for that person to come pick it up, because there aren't 20 people in front of the line, they send them a notification to come pick it up now. So you're managing the orders in real time. And that person that made the order is seeing where that status of it is. They get a notification. They go swipe their phone without any touch, get their item, and go back to their seat.
Okay. Now, let's talk about the social distancing. When people approach the stadium, I agree with you, 1.5, 2 meters of distance to each other is possible. But what happened when people enter through the gate, and then they come in together, and 70,000 people will be in the venue? There is no social distancing possible.
Well, number one, I don't believe there's going to be 70,000 people until there's a vaccine.
Okay, so we are talking about this level 2 opening with maybe a third or a quarter of the capacity. So we are not talking about full capacity stadiums?
I can't envision that until there's a vaccine.
Okay.
So if you're talking about distancing, it's, one of our clients is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and they're going to be hosting an event on July 4th. It's not going to be with fans. They were hoping to have fans. So then you move towards the Indy 500, and that's the largest single event annually in terms of number of people. So it's over 300,000. So you would think that would be a strange event to be one of the first ones welcoming fans back. So we're working with them as to, what is it's up to them to decide as far as the total number of fans, and they're working with the state of Indiana and the governor and the health department and everything else. But it's a 2.5 mile oval, so you would spread people out accordingly, and then make sure you have the issues around the ordering and everything managed by all these different concession stands. Mm. So it's a blend of, the technology, the messaging, the operational alignment, and, the safety protocols that are required. They're not set by us. They're set by individual states and health authorities.
Okay. So we are talking about maybe 30,000 people. Or 40,000 people.
We don't know. We just don't know when it comes to we're not at that stage yet, because that event will not happen until the 23rd of August, and it can be dictated as to where they are in the different stages of COVID.
So NASCAR will start, I think, next weekend with, 5,000.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about the rebranding. Why the rebranding, and what will happen? Is it a new logo? Is it a new name? Or our new name is Realife Tech, and we really, our vision is to create a better visitor experience in the real world for every person. And we really focus on connecting the systems to make them more intelligent and responsive to that journey and the emotions of each person in the real world. And so we really believe, Michael, that, if you go to Amazon or Netflix or, some of the other more curated experiences online, the personalization that occurs on those platforms is welcome by the people that use them. If you go into Google and you type in something and they're tracking you through cookies on every other site, maybe not as welcome. So by connecting those systems and those data points and having a better understanding of who that person is in front of each of those digital touch points, you can be more responsive and give them a curated journey. Got it.
So our role is to do that not just in venues, but sports events, entertainment districts, ultimately commercial real estate, retail, and any other environment in the retail, in the physical world.
Which segment are you focusing on at the moment? Because as you said, you have a lot of opportunities everywhere in every part of real estate and sports. So where are your regional focuses?
Well, we're what we're calling our play vertical, where we're operating across 60 venues and sports teams and festivals, is really our foothold. And our next phase out of that will be the kind of mixed use developments. So we obviously work with Mercedes-Benz Arena, and there's quite a few others that are building, they have a venue inside, but around it are a whole bunch of other music venues, restaurants, retail, everything else. So knowing that somebody's there, this is the purchasing behavior, this is the persona information we have about that person. Do you trigger rewards for them to visit a restaurant or a post-event experience? And if so, what is the right rewards? And enable that person to go to that physical environment through their mobile and have those systems talk to each other and follow that and get smarter and smarter along the way. And then when that person comes back the next time, there's going to be further customization.
So like downtown LA in Staples Center?
Correct.
And then using all the facilities around?
Exactly.
Okay.
But traditionally, Michael, those have been very, very siloed. None of those systems in the past really can interact with each other.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but this is what you're focusing on.
Correct.
What about regional preferences?
Well, we see North America as our primary growth market, but we have a really strong foothold across EMEA, and we operate in 8 different countries. So we will continue to expand based on the market opportunities.
Tottenham must have given you a big boost in Europe.
Yeah, the approach that we have with them and what we call our context aware and using mobile as their primary communication platform resonates strongly across teams and leagues. The ability to treat somebody that's in London, that's going to the game later on that day, completely different than somebody that's in South Korea, is a very powerful tool to have. And having that automated and changing on a regular basis, depending on where they are, is where a lot of the leagues and teams want to go.